Welcome to class. As we grew, we studied that democracy is a system of government in which power resides in the people and is exercised either directly or indirectly. Didn't we? Yes, we did. But that isn't our agenda for today. We are going to talk about democratic backsliding. Democratic backsliding is a phenomenon where states recede on their democratic credentials. Some of such states include Bangladesh, Venezuela, USA, Italy, Togo, among others. In recent years, Ghana has joined in this disturbing trend too. According to Levitsky and Ziblatt, both American political scientists, democratic backsliding, which is an unnoticeable and slow phenomenon, occurs in three different fashions, which are targeting the opposition, targeting referees, and changing the rules of the game. Now, let us dissect each of these fashions. Targeting the opposition is when the executive uses unjustifiable and needless means in targeting and harassing members of the opposition. This is done to demoralize and weaken such members who try to expose the dubious and opaque actions of the government. Examples of these abound in Ghana. In 2008, the NPP administration under President John Ajay Kufuor, through an Accra Fast Track High Court, tried and jailed Mr. Chikata, who had served as CEO of Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, for causing financial loss to the state. In 2016, dissatisfied with the court's ruling, Mr. Chikata filed a review at the Court of Appeal, which jettisoned the High Court's ruling, upholding that the trial judge did not follow the procedure and that her ruling had occasioned a miscarriage of justice. This was a clear harassment of Mr. Chikata, who was an opposition member. Now, targeting members of the state or targeting actors is when the executive harasses and hounds members who operate and man critical institutions of the state. For example, we have the Electoral Commissioner, we have justices of the Supreme Court or judges of other courts, and then we have Ghana Revenue Authority and heads of security agencies. Now, examples of these is when in 2020, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo asked Mr. Yeboah-Assiamah, who served as Ghana's Auditor General, to leave office on accumulated leave. In a letter, Mr. Domolevu wrote to the President insisting on going on the leave. The President further said that Mr. Domolevu had to go because he was bound to do so. In 2023, after Mr. Domolevu had gone on the accumulated leave, the Supreme Court upheld that the President had no right to do so and that what he did was not supported and backed by law. This was a clear harassment of Ghana's Auditor General, Mr. Domolevu, who was then replaced by another Auditor General called Mr. Yeboah-Assiamah. Now, changing the rules of the game is when the executive uses twisting methods and manipulative means to change the rules of our constitution and also restructure the Electoral Commission in such a way that the executive's rule can be prolonged. Examples of this is when, before 2020 election, the Supreme Court upheld that the procedures the NDC followed in 2016 to draw the old voters register were fraught with irregularities. The Supreme Court established with incontrovertible evidence that at a point in time, electoral officials said that although it was important and needful for people to tender important documents, it was not necessary to do so. Consequently, ineligible applicants found their names in the register, which declared victory to the NDC in 2012. This was a clear example of changing the rules to maintain the NDC in power, although the people were not ready for that party. Another example in Togo was when foreign Assembly, through constitutional amendments, changed the constitution, which prevented Togolese from voting for their presidents. And also, the president's term in office has been elongated further. Now, let us see if you have also examples to these fashions.